Hello again, welcome back to Asgard, and welcome back to SevTech Ages. So, since last episode, it hasn't been a whole lot of time in-game. Since last episode, I was doing a bit of packing. I got 8 boxes packed today. I was pretty proud of myself. But I did a bit of organizing, right? And I started moving some stuff over here. I've been making obsidian chests because these things have massive storage, and they're super cheap. 8 obsidian in a chest, and phew, there you go. Moved enchanted books, enchanted armor, and just armor and tools and stuff like that over to here because I'm going to be setting up display galleries here, and then back in there. And then I also started working on what's going to be our enchanting room. We might get to this episode. We shall see. I did go ahead and lay out sticky pistons. So there's 11 here and darkwood bookshelves, and then there's 11 pistons there with darkwood bookshelves. And something to note about the darkwood bookshelf. I wanted it because I like the color, and I can't really use the framed bibliocraft bookshelves for what I want to do here. We are going to use them because I'm actually going to have it so that when this is down, you can access the books that are back in. There'll be bookshelves back in here so we can access enchanted books, and then we'll be able to step on, I'm debating between a lever or probably a pressure plate setting right here. And then if you step on the pressure plate, it's going to extend out the bookshelves. So then if you want to go enchantment book shopping, we can just step over here and check all the books and stuff like that. And then there'll be book storage out here too. But anyways, I started setting up that. By the way, the darkwood bookshelf. So I went out and farmed up darkwood. And I believe that has to be planted on soul sand. I planted some in the overworld on netherite, but it has not grown. But I just farmed up basically 22 logs from the nether, which was enough to make the 22 bookshelves. And it's not craftable. When you go to craft it, it just crafts standard bookshelves for whatever reason. So I did have to cheat these in. I threw away 22 bookshelves that I'd crafted via darkwood and just cheated in 22 darkwood bookshelves. So just a heads up, these are not craftable for whatever reason. These are going to be hidden as well, by the way. Anyways, over here, this is going to eventually be a forge area. I'm going to start working on that. But like I said, I was sorting, and I got quite a few chests cleaned up. But then I got to looking, and I wanted to start go ahead and recording this episode because I got really excited when I found something out. You can see there's a few less chests in here, and a lot of these chests, not that one, not so much that one, but a lot of these are quite emptied out at the moment. And I did go out and farm, and I got 4 drawer controllers, 1 for each quadrant, and I finished filling out drawers through here. So that is all in place, which is nice. So anyways, I got to looking, and I was in the nether. I did a bit of farming, and I've got 3 wither skeleton skulls, and I've got 29 wither skull fragments, and I can craft these into 3 more wither skulls. So we've got 6 wither skulls, which is perfect. I went out and farmed those on purpose because we are going to be making something awesome today. That's going to make our lives so much easier. I was so happy when I saw how cheap it was in this pack. It's so cheap. But before we do that, I want to make a couple baubles. We're actually going to be going on a boss extravaganza today. I just saw a creeper die over at the mob farm. We're actually going to boost that mob farm maybe too. So we'll get to that in just a moment. But anyways, I got really happy because I found something that I was wondering what the cost would be because it was available in Age 2 or Age 3, and I was wondering what the cost would be, and it turned out it's way cheap. It's super cheap. So I do want to get that. Oh, by the way, I did make a sack of holding. We're going to be using this probably next episode when we start working on blood magic to move spawners, but we can also move chests with it. So it was making it a little bit easier to move stuff out of here with the obsidian chests. I could just load those up and then move the chests over. Because, of course, if I use carry-on, I move super slow, and I can't really fly and stuff when I'm using that. So with the sack of holding, I can do that. If you watched Farming Valley, you're probably super familiar with this because in that series, I used a lot of cyclic. So shift right-click to pick it up, right-click to place it back down. It can hold pretty much any kind of storage item. It can actually even hold drawers. So easy way to move drawers right there. If you don't want to use carry-on, you can. I think maybe you can't use carry-on, but anyways, we are going to be making a couple of things from cyclic today. First up, I want to make a couple charms here. Now, the fire charm we're not going to be able to make yet because we don't have access to blaze rods. However, I do want to make the water charm, which protects us from drowning, and I want to make the antidote charm, which is auto cure for poison and wither. I don't really feel like we need the wing charm or the speed charm. No, we can't do the speed charm. It takes emeralds. Okay. And there's actually a few things within this mod I want to get in time. But I want to start with the antidote charm. Now, we did get nether wart, and I haven't emptied these bags yet. I will. I'm in the process of organizing. We did get 2 pieces of nether wart. I didn't gather any more because I wanted to leave it there for people, in case they need it. Now, in this pack, and I know it's been brought up a few times about soul sand, nether wart, it's not growing. What we need to make is, we actually need to make the bone hoe, I believe. Everyone else was having issues with it and said the only way they were able to get it to work was with the cloches, which we could get cloches. They're super cheap in this pack. But I believe we have to use the bone hoe because Nether X changes up the way a lot of the farming works. So we're going to need 2 gold and then 2 wither bones, which we've actually got more than enough wither bones. So that, and there's our golden bone hoe. And we got the nether tools advancement. That doesn't lead to anything else. And I am going to be setting up a farm for this, like a nicer farm. But I have to work on this area down here. And I have not done that yet. So let's go ahead and break into here. And we're just going to set this up right here for right now. This is eventually going to be mushrooms, nether wart, and probably some of the nether farming. We're actually going to build a little tunnel system that kind of comes down a little bit. And of course, that right there is our mob farm. So we're going to pop in there in just a minute. Because something that I didn't think about was brought up in the comments, and I would like to utilize that. Okay, so if we hoe this, is that cinnabar? Yeah, I'm sitting right on top of cinnabar. Okay. And then we put down our nether wart. And I'm not for sure if this has to be in the dark when it's placed on the tilled netherrack or not. You know what? I actually feel like... Does this tell... No, it doesn't. I feel like this needs to be next to water because it's becoming untilled. I feel like it needs to be either next to water or possibly lava. I'm not 100% sure. I've never really farmed too much with netherracks. So, I'm not 100% sure. Okay, I figured it out. I was close. I was very, very close. It's not lava that we need. It's not water that we need. It is ichor from NetherX. Like I said, I haven't ever really done a whole lot with the farming on here, so I'm not too familiar with it. So you do need, we do need the ground tilled like we've got it, but then we need ichor near the nether wart to allow it to grow. Okay, so we're going to pop into the nether. We're going to go get ourselves some ichor. Okay, I just found a new mob type called a brute. There we go. Iron nuggets is what they're dropping. Okay, I finally found some ichor. This stuff took a little while. It's not super common, and my inventory is not super emptied at the moment. Okay, so this stuff right here, it only spawns in the Arctic Abyss, and it's like this red liquid here. So we're going to go ahead and grab up, I guess, as much as I can possibly carry. Okay, so I filled up all those buckets. So we got 15 buckets of ichor that will be useful. So I'm a good ways from home right now. So let me head back over there. Also, something worth noting, I'm not using it right this second, but something you guys might be interested in. You can actually make, I was looking here, this right here, soul glass. You can make this glass just smelting soul sand, and you'll get the primal core soul glass, but then turn it into the Nether X soul glass. This stuff is really nice, and I plan on using it for some builds. It does block light though, so if you're wanting to put like a glass on your mob farm, you can use that. It's a really cool looking glass, and it blocks light. So something worth mentioning. I didn't realize it would be available already. I was looking through the Nether X stuff to see what all was available, and I noticed that was on there, and I was like, oh yeah, soul glass. Oh, and one thing I did forget to mention, or almost forgot to mention, if you spot what looks like a tomb, I looted some of these between episodes. I didn't see any when I was out flying just now. If you see something that looks like kind of like a tomb or like a grave, dig down in that. There are chests in there with some decent stuff in them. Okay, so you can see the soul sand has changed colors. It is now hydrated, and so now we should be able to water it. There we go. Now we're growing nether wart. Okay. Oh wow, I got 3 from a single harvest. That is not bad at all. And it's not hydrating this one because it needs to actually be touching it, right? No, it doesn't. It just hydrated that one. So maybe not. Maybe not. This stuff you can stand in. It doesn't hurt you or anything like that. I believe it works just like water and it hydrates out like 4 wide. But you can tell that this can be lit up, so it doesn't need darkness. But okay, so we got some of that. And then I would like to pop back over to Cyclic. Let's get back into some Cyclic. And I want to make the Antidote Charm and the Water Charm. So Antidote Charm, 3 iron, a diamond, and then a fermented spider eye. And then I also want to get the Water Charm, which is pretty much the same recipe, but it does require a raw salmon, which I should have. I believe it has to be a salmon too, so... Oh, that did finally grow. Wow, it just took forever. So it can grow on netherrack. Darkwood can. I was like watering it and bone milling it, and like nothing was working. But it has finally grown, so that is possible. Alright, so once again, if you need diamonds, the Abyss Dimension. I've got a ton of iron now. Because I've been running that stuff through a little bit of it, not all of it. Because we're going to get into ore doubling before too terribly long. Okay, so Water Charm. There we go. And then we want the Antidote Charm. There we go. Now these do have to be toggled on. You can just right click them. I'm going to turn them off for right now. But they are going to consume durability whenever they are used, but you can repair these, right? No, maybe not. In Farming Valley you could repair them. And there was a recipe listed, but there's not on here. Well, if worse comes to worse, if I need to repair it, that's fine. Okay, so we got the Water Charm and the Antidote Charm, and we've got our Wither Skulls. So the next thing I want to do is I want to kill the Wither twice. And we're going to make something really awesome with what we... Oh, I didn't get more soul sand. Okay, I'm going to have to pop back in the Nether again and go grab some soul sand real quick. I never farmed up more. Let me go ahead and attune my wand, because it'll be much faster with this. I had it attuned to... when I was working on that... Enchanting area. At first I placed out castle bricks when I was placing out the floor, and then I was like, I don't want that there, and it was quicker than having to mine all that stuff. So, okay, I'm back, and my internet actually went out for a little bit, and it was some kind of outage thing. So they got it fixed. I'm crossing my fingers that it fixes my recent connection issues, but we'll see. Okay, so anyways, I want to set up an area for the Wither. We're going to be fighting the Wither. We've got 8 soul sand. We've got 6 Wither skeleton skulls. Let's set it up just right out here for right now. We're going to build a little platform for him to spawn in. And we are going to build out a 3 by 5 by 5. That's what we're going to do. So, 3... Actually, I could probably do it 4 high. That'll be fine, actually. And we're just going to build it out of cobble right in the middle of the base. And hopefully he doesn't get out. He shouldn't get out. But in the event that he does, we'll have a slight problem. But I'm feeling daring right now, so we're going to go with it. He shouldn't be able to get out, though, because we are going to fortify it. Okay, so now that we've taken out the Wither, we've still got 2 more bosses that I want to tackle today. Next up, I want to make a Potion of the Lost. This right here, it's fairly simple. We are going to need 3 Awkward Potions, Nether Wart, into water bottles, and then raw ghast meat. So not a big problem. I've actually got water bottles already over in our brewing area. Now I don't know that there's a whole lot of point in killing this boss, but I just want to kill it because I want to kill it, kind of a thing. We have to kill all the bosses, all of them. Which really I don't think there's a whole lot left after this boss and the other one that we're going to do today. Really the only thing I can think of is like the Ender Dragon that'll be left. I could be wrong. I mean, there might be some bosses I'm not thinking of, kind of hidden away, maybe, but we'll find out here soon. Alright, so, water bottles. And we're going to drop in some nether wart, and, oh yeah, I need to get blaze powder. You can, well, no, it's a mod, right? And I don't know that this pack has it. There is a mod that allows you to actually use fire underneath a... There's a mod that allows you to use fire instead of blaze powder, like put fire underneath there, but I'm not 100% sure if that is implemented, but that's fine, because we've got blaze powder. I'm not too worried about it. Because I've got these set up on the little table here. I actually forgot to show you guys this at the beginning of the episode, but just a little brewing area, since this place does handle pretty much all of our brewing. So we'll throw our blaze powder in there, we'll get our awkward potions being made, and then we just have to add the raw ghast meat to make Potions of the Lost. I'm going to go ahead and make 3 of them, because we might as well. And then this is all just potions that we got, you know, from dungeoning and all that. Honestly, aside from crafting, I'll probably never use this thing for, like, any kind of usage. And that's because, I mean, the Between Lands potions are so much better. We've still got a bunch of them. I've still got some in here. I can make more whenever I need to. And, you know, we've actually pretty much cleared out most of the exploration at this point. I mean, the Nether is a joke. After doing, you know, Abyssal Craft, Between Lands, Twilight Forest, the Nether is laughable. So I'm not too concerned about the Nether. Alright, I'm going to go at, well, actually, I'll keep these on me, just in case. And then we're also going to need a gas tier. I guess I'll grab one just in case. And let me grab some arrows as well. I'm probably going to melee this boss because if I recall correctly, the boss... I'll grab like a stack of arrows. Now if I recall, this boss drops its inventory at its feet. So I am going to use the potion, or the magnet. But, like I said, it's been a while since I've done Nether X. Hasn't been too long since I've done Nether X. But it's been a while since I've done Nether X extensively. Not to mention Nether X has changed a lot over time. I don't know why that's showing up as dirt. Because it's not dirt. It's actually Nether Amethyst right there. My thing is not turned on at the moment. Okay, so there's 3 more pieces of that. I do need more drawer controllers, so might as well. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to pop over to one of those ghast structures. Oh, no. Oh, wait, my conversion wand should be set, so I can use that. Earlier, my conversion wand was not set, so what I was using to break out of those is the immolation, or not immolation, the impulsion wand. So I was using that. And we can be on the lookout. I'm really going to be looking for skeletons, mainly in the overworld, I think, because I run into... They spawn in my castle a lot, and now it's just like free wither skulls, basically, at this point. But it also works on wither skeletons, too, so you kill wither skeletons, or you kill regular skeletons, and both of them are going to have a 100% drop chance to drop a wither skull. Now, if the skeleton, like if you get lucky, let's say, and the wither skeleton drops a skull on its own, right? Without the effects of the sword taking place, you are actually going to get 2 wither skulls if that happens. So just a heads up, you can double up on those. I'm going to go ahead and actually break this off. Both of those. Just so these ghasts will stop spawning, because they're going to be kind of a nuisance whenever we're trying to fight the boss. If we have ghast flying around, in addition to the Ghast Queen. Now we're all clear, and we got 21 ghast tiers. So, I'm not 100% sure what all this boss is going to drop. I have looted this one. I might as well take the gold. I'm here without a full inventory this time. Do I really have another ghast flying around here? Yes, I do. How many souls are we up to? 751 souls in this sword at the moment. So what we need to do is we need to take that Potion of the Lost and put it down in our Urn of Sorrow. And you'll notice it's going to change colors and start kind of pulsating purple. And then what we need to do is take a ghast tier and put that into there. And we're going to let it set for just a second. And there we go. Okay, it just consumed that. And the Ghast Queen is now up. Okay. And there she is. She's got she's got a decent amount of health, actually. She does spawn some gas as well. Oh, she's actually caught on that stuff at the moment. Wow. Just fireballs going everywhere at the moment. Okay. You'll notice she fires fireballs extremely quick. That's her ability, right? And can I get her? Okay. You can actually knock these back, but she fires them really quick. So you're honestly probably better off to use like a bow. Okay. There are gas everywhere right now. I'm gonna... Oh my gosh. Okay, it's all cleared. So anyways, we'll see what she dropped in just a moment. Okay, alright. Okay, that's an insane boss, right? Like, if we didn't have, like, super armor, because she actually does quite a bit of damage. We got a ton of gas tiers. 50. Just on us at the moment. Okay, so what all did we get? She actually doesn't drop anything too exciting. I kind of wish it was used in a recipe or something. That would be awesome. But anyways, these Ghast Queen tiers, there's no use for them. So I just kind of wanted to kill her just because she's a boss, and I like to kill big things. So I hope it wasn't too disappointing. We didn't get anything too exciting, but it is still kind of a fun fight and something for you guys to see. Plus, the urn does remain here. Oh, you can pick it up. Oh, ho, ho. Ah, okay. So after you kill the boss, I guess you can pick up the urn, because I was not able to pick it up before. But now that we've killed her, we kind of have that as like a look what we did kind of a thing. Oh, wow. Probably because I was spamming a little bit. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to head back. That's kind of what I came to do here. So we have killed, I guess, both of the bosses in the Nether. I don't think Nether X adds another boss that comes to mind. So, but a really cool fight, right? Like, there was just ghasts for days during that fight. Now, used to, she actually dropped a staff, I remember, and this was back a ton of versions ago. I don't recall which version, maybe 1.6? Because Nether X has been around forever, but it's been changed drastically since it was first out, you know. But I remember in an old version of it, she actually dropped a staff, and it was a really cool staff because it fired fireballs. Like, you saw how fast she was firing fireballs, and it basically allowed you to fire fireballs as quick as she was. Just pew, 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 pew. Just launching those things out. But it seems to have been disabled. I wonder if the Urn of Sorrow, nothing we can use that for either. But anyways, probably one of my favorite boss fights on here. I was kind of excited to tackle that one because it's just so many ghasts. Like, how many other bosses just summon just a horde of mobs firing fireballs at you, you know, like that. It's really exciting stuff, I feel like. And, you know, I guess what we could do for our display room, we could set up the Urn of Sorrows, and then I think we could put the Ghast Queen tiers in there and just kind of have those hanging out. Be kind of a cool display, right? Yeah, I think so. I think it'd be pretty cool. So, anyways, on to the next project that I want to do today. It's a lot of, like, little random things, this episode. I would like to make something, and it's something that we've actually made a fair few times. What am I missing? Oh, yeah, black dye powder. Which I should have a bit, because I killed a few squids the other day with the looting sword and got like 28 ink sacs and then ran them through here. And alright, we are good on that. And then we need illumination powder. And we are going to make ourselves some nocturnal powder. But this was brought up in the comments. Totally didn't think about doing this. And it's basically like a miniature version of Cursed Earth, basically. Okay, so nocturnal powder. Luckily that stuff doesn't take a day and a half to craft. Doesn't take a whole lot of starlight, so that's good. And then what we're going to do is... By the way, Severe's checking for lag entities right now. So that's why he's popping in between survival and creative a lot. Alright, so right over here, what we're going to do, and I might as well harvest this while I'm here, 6 nether wart. That is awesome. I will definitely take it. And hopefully this works with these. I'm hoping. So if we take these and we hold right click, yeah, see, there we go. You can see it's already spawning mobs, like super fast, right? It has turned our mob spawner room into an evil source of darkness. Like, look at all of that. Okay, so let's close that off and let's pop back over here. I didn't mean to throw all of them. This thing is kicking away. I saw bones. You know what? I might be interfering here because my magnet. Because that was supposed to go into there. The only thing is, I think nocturnal powder, it doesn't work. Yeah, it doesn't keep working. I didn't think about that. For some reason I was thinking nocturnal powder would keep affecting it. So yeah, I guess we're not going to use nocturnal powder. By the way, this stuff grows insanely fast. Like, I literally just harvested this, okay? And if we sit here and just watch it for just a split second here, already 33%. It grows so fast. It really does. And then it nets quite a bit of nether wart. Like, it feels like it's basically like garden cloche speed. Or not quite that fast, but, you know, pretty close to it. And it doesn't really take anything. Just some ichor and nether wart. Especially if you had, like, a 5x5 farm or something. You're going to be so set on nether wart, it's going to be crazy. Okay, so anyways, nocturnal powder was a bust. It's nice for a burst of mobs, but it's not something... You know, since I can't leave it there continuously, I don't know that it would be terribly useful for us. Plus, I mean, in truth, this is generating enough. I'm not that worried about it. Okay, so, now that that's done, which I do want to get into the kiln here fairly soon. Okay, so now what I want to do, I did do a little bit of enchanting between cuts. I went ahead and enchanted that sword. Now, strangely enough, after enchanting it, I found that it no longer gives wither skeleton skulls 100% of the time. It tends to be 100% from what I've seen, and as soon as I enchanted it, it dropped down to about a 30% chance. Okay, I enchanted it with mending 3 and sharpness 7 is what's on there. So, I don't know. I also enchanted our lurker stuff with, it all has protection 5, mending, and then the helmet has night vision. So that is enchanted as well. And I enchanted this as well with mending 3. I've got to put unbreaking on it. This pick just goes through durability so fast. It's hard to upkeep it, honestly. Okay, so anyways, before we go fight the third boss for this episode, technically it counts as a boss anyways, I want to go ahead and set up this enchanting system so that we can start enchanting books, try to get unbreaking. 3 books is my main goal, right? Okay, so what we have to do is we're going to have to set up a redstone system, basically. And let me go ahead, actually, let's make a lever for testing this, and this is going to simulate our redstone signal. Just to make sure that everything's plugged up, and then we can just replace it, you know, once we're ready to go with a pressure plate, I think is what I'm going to go with. But we'll use the lever for simulating it. So I'm thinking the pressure plate is going to sit like right there. And this is going to be fun to set up, for the record. And I got to thinking, I was actually looking at the Vscraft stuff earlier, and I believe we have to get blaze rods before we're going to be able to start this. By the way, Vscraft is a little bit different this time around than when I did it on Craft of the Titans. But like, if you notice, like the cores and stuff like that, they take blaze rods. The rest of this is all, I think, fairly straightforward. Oh, we actually have an easier recipe for coal engines now. Well, that's good. I feel like that was just like crafted to be like, oh, look, I can craft this with all these different parts. And then it was just like, okay, well, here's an easier recipe now. I don't know, I don't get it. But yeah, we do need blaze rods, so I'm going to have to wait on Vscraft until we get blaze rods. That's fine. Technically, we could push for it and do it like pretty quick. But, oh, let me go grab a stack of cobble for building out a floor here and building with. And technically, I could bring this down. Oops. This is really awkward position since I don't have the floors on. Like, that section of the floor hasn't been implemented yet. I'm working my way to it, but bit by bit, right? Let's go ahead and just build ourselves out a working floor here that we can use. And then let's see, we're going to have the lever is going to be sitting right there. So we can maybe put the redstone sitting right there. So it's going to get the redstone signal from that lever. And then what we're going to have to do is... Oh, do I want to set up the... Actually, turn on the magnet here. And let me pull this up. We're going to go ahead and set up the redstone to the pistons first. And so what we're going to need is... Let me get our portable crafting. And I'm going to want to make some repeaters. Let's go ahead and make like 15 to start with. I'm going to need more before it's all said and done. But we're going to put repeaters facing into each of these, right? This one has activated because, and that's fine, it's not going to be a problem long term, because whenever that activates, it's going to activate everything anyways. But what we're going to do is, how do I want to do this? Because I'm going to have a block. I need a block sitting right there. I don't know if I want to use a piston to send the redstone signal down, or how I want to do that. I haven't thought that far ahead. Well, let's go ahead and put our repeaters down for our pistons. So I'm going to want there, 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 and then we're also going to need one right there. And then the same on the other side, so repeater, 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 and then we can bring the redstone out. And then let me pop down here, just to make this a little bit easier on us. I'm going to need quite a bit more repeaters, because we got to do the top side too, because I want it double-sided for this. And then later on we'll be able to hide this all just, you know, underneath the ceiling, or in between the ceiling and the floor. So that'll be alright. We'll go ahead and run this over. Really, I probably should have done this before I put in the floor for this area. Okay, so I got that all ran over. And what we're going to do is we're going to have the redstone plug in there, and it's going to come around, it's going to plug in there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then if I had the redstone signal actually originate back in there with a repeater, and go into there, and then it goes down, you know, both sides here, that should be fine, I should think. So then we'll have the redstone come around, and then we're using repeaters, of course, because redstone can plug into them and they can sit, you know, right next to each other. It's not going to cause any issues when it's laid out like that. So the top side will be a little bit easier to put in, I think. I put the floor in and wasn't thinking, but I don't want to pull the floor up, though. Mainly because I don't have a silk touch pick on me at the moment. And then we'll just run that over. It's all pretty straightforward, I think. So, and that should be good. Now, the only thing is, I'm right up against the wall there, where I want the redstone signal to originate. So that might not work out. Well, I could do a torch or otherwise, which would work fine. If I did a reverse torch, yeah, we might do that. Okay, so the redstone signal that I actually want it to originate from is sitting right up there. And so then what we can do is we will make a torch, redstone torch, and we're going to stick that down right there. Oh, whoa. Did I crash something? I might have crashed something. Okay, after a bit of testing and crashing the server a few times, and messing up everybody's progress, finally got it sorted. It was the primal core blocks, which it worked fine in my test world. I was testing it, so single player seems alright. But on the server, for whatever reason, the redstone interacting with the primal core blocks was crashing the server 100% of the time, like with this setup. So I removed all the primal core, all that ferrocolite stuff, and so we just got cobblestone down. I've got to figure out a totally different block to use that's not from primal core so that it can sit with the redstone. It will be okay. But anyways, it's set up identical to the way that we had it. The redstone runs around, and then right back here, we're going to throw down a torch on this block right here, which is directly beneath that redstone in the center. The pistons pop up when that happens, and you can see the bookcases raise up around the enchanting table. So then what I want to do is I want to set up a pressure plate, and we're going to have it so that, oh, let's see. Do I want to put the pressure plate out here, maybe? So if you stand right here, you can enchant, but then if you step inside of there, it all comes down. I think that would actually be a little bit better, in fact. So let's make a quick pressure plate. And once I figure out what block I'm going to use, I'm going to end up changing this from a stone pressure plate to something else. But I'm not 100% sure on my colors now, so that I'm going to be using. Because my plan is we're going to have the enchanting nook right here, and then I'm going to have steps that go up here to like a top little nook area that's going to have our astral refraction table and stuff like that up there. It's kind of my current plan. So, what we're going to do is we're going to set the... I guess I could have the redstone just come out right there. That would be fine. So just directly beneath the block will be the redstone. And then what we'll do is we'll just run it down. Oh, or I could... Yeah, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. And really, I don't even need the torch here anymore. I'll pull that up. We don't need that at all. So what we'll do is we will have the redstone come out of this side. And it's going to wrap around. We'll put a repeater right here. And then that should actually activate all of them, 100% of them. And really, I can remove that repeater now. And just have it come out to there. Because this is actually... And I can actually remove that one too. So if we stand here... Yeah, see, they all raise. It's kind of nifty. And then we can enchant. Now we still have to do the top section. That's fine. Back in here, I'm going to run the redstone up right here because I'm going to have... Oh, let's see. Behind here, like right there, for example, we're going to have bookshelves. Like a line of bookshelves right there and a line of bookshelves on top of that. So then we can like tuck away enchanted books into there. So then if I was to come in here, and I know this cobblestone is beautiful. It's pretty. It's very, very pretty. So the bookcases will always be down unless I stand on this block to do enchanting. And you just don't want to like... Well, I don't even know that it's going to let us... Yeah, see, it's just going to pop up inside of us. But that's going to suffocate you if you're not careful. So once those other bookcases come down, I guess I could remove those, but I kind of like them. I think it'll be alright. Especially once I have blocks here, because I'm going to put pillars in front of this. So, and then kind of hide away the pistons. We'll still be able to see the bookcases for the most part, but we'll have the pistons hid away. Okay, so what we're going to do then is this redstone coming out of... Because I can use this wall right here. And I did lose, like, a bit of progress, but I'm not... It's like enchanting stuff that I lost. So if I bring out redstone like that, then we bring it up. Basically, I just have to bring it up to where these pistons are. And we're going to have repeater. Repeater, repeater, repeater. And this is really just going to be a mirror image of what we have at the bottom. So, it's just a little bit more work to bring it up here is really all. See, that's really far to bring the redstone. So maybe I should put another repeater setting. We'll put a repeater setting right there. And then we're going to put another repeater over here, I do believe. And then we can just bring the redstone out like that. And bring it around. Which all this is going to be hidden, so this will be fine. And then, like I said, we'll have the astral refraction table up above this. And then I'm going to have it open to the sky so it can see the skylight. We're going to have a little skylight in our library. So I think it's going to look pretty cool once everything's all said and done. Then if I bring this over, and I think the redstone should reach. I could count it, but I'm just going to test it. So then if we step into here, yep, see all the bookcases come down. So, and then I've just I've got to kind of hide those pistons away. That's not going to be a problem. And then we'll have it so you can see the bottom of the bookcases that are above us. And then it's going to have a block there, and then the ceiling is going to be a little bit higher, or the center block is going to be a little bit higher, and then maybe like a little light source and stuff. I think it's going to look pretty cool once it's all done. So, and then we can step in there. So I've got to try to figure out some kind of a block to put in there. But this way we have a full-powered enchantment table. And then if it's like this, there's no power to it. So for example, let's pop over... Because I mean, that's pretty much done. Let me pop over here real quick. I want to grab a few books real quick, as well as some lapis. I'm going to have a little chest back in there too, with like enchanting supplies like books and lapis. Also, tool testing. I like to have, like one thing I like to do in these more recent versions, of course it doesn't really work in 1.7, but when you put something into an enchanting table, you can actually see what the enchantment's going to be, right? Well, I tend to like having, like just a piece of armor, a sword, you know, different things, just so I can look and see what the enchantments will bring. Though honestly, in truth, I probably won't be enchanting those things very much. Mainly just books will be the main thing that we'll be enchanting. Okay, so if we pull out, let's go ahead and grab 30 levels. And we were to throw a book in there and some lapis. We've got roasting. Also blast protection 1 and venom 1. Let's go ahead and take a book on roasting. And then next up we have eternal compass. I'm not familiar with what that does. Let me look that up real quick. Okay, eternal compass is for the atlas. You enchant the atlas with it. And whenever you die, it gives you basically a compass, like a death compass, basically, that leads you back to your atlas. So not all that useful, and we don't even use atlases anymore. Roasting is for just if you fish mod it. I couldn't find the exact thing. I believe that's the one that allows you to fish in lava, I think. But don't quote me on that. I'm not 100% sure. Oh. That's what I get whenever I don't bring the bookcases down. We get the bare bones enchanting. Power 4. Projectile protection. We'll take that, whatever. And efficiency 4. Okay. Might as well. I mean, it only consumes 3 levels and 3 lapis. We've got lure 2 and power 3. Okay. Fire protection 3. Fortune 1. Yeah, we'll take fire protection. Though once we get blaze rods, we're not going to have to worry about that. Bane of Arthropods. What is with the Bane of Arthropods? We're just kind of getting random books. I'm hoping for an unbreaking book. Flame. Silk Touch. Hey, we'll take that. There is a Silk Touch book. I like that. I like that quite a bit. Depth Strider 2, Sharpness, or Feather Falling. We'll take Depth Strider. I wonder if Depth Strider would work well with the Lurker stuff. Like, if that would work together somehow. I don't know. Protection 3 and Efficiency 3. We'll take that. Blast Protection 4. Sounds good. And this is basically, we're just kind of padding out our enchanted books. There's Fire Protection 4. I knew I wouldn't get as lucky as I did in my test world earlier. I was just messing around whenever I was waiting for the server to get restarted. I was just enchanting a bunch of books, and I was getting Unbreaking 3s like crazy. And Unbreaking 3 and Efficiency 4 books. Quite a bit of those, but yeah, we're not getting any Unbreaking 3. Reading. Oh, I didn't even look at the other ones. Reading, Luck of the Sea 2, and Multi-Jump 3. Multi-Jump is really nice because it gives you multi-jump. So, yeah, it says 1 extra jump per level. After that cooldown kicks in, sneak to jump normally. There's another multi-jump 3. Sure. Might as well. It's not so useful. I've actually played around with it with our VCO stuff. Not quite all that useful. Collecting. What's this? I don't know. So many, like, I wish they would actually put the enchant descriptions in there, because that's a beautiful thing. Unbreaking 1. We'll go ahead and take that, because I can always tier it up. If worse comes to worse. Fire Protection 4. There's another Unbreaking 1. I'll take that. That gives us an Unbreaking 2. Fire Protection 3. I'm not getting a single Unbreaking book. Oh, there we go. Last one. Unbreaking 3. Beautiful. Okay, that is what I was after. I was wanting to get at least one of those. Unbreaking 3. And I still have 115 levels in this, so we are good to go. Okay, so our first Unbreaking 3 book, well, aside from that one, because that was an upgraded one, I think I'm going to put it on our helmet, just because I don't want our helmet to break. I don't want to chance that. It's enchanted nicely. And if you recall, I mean, that thing almost broke whenever we fought Chagaroth. So I'd like to start getting Unbreaking on the armor. Also, a Swift Pick with Unbreaking would be really nice, like Unbreaking and Mending 3. I do have to make a new Mending book, and that is due to the fact that after the crashes, my Mending plate got removed, which is fine. We've got some on the server. It's not really a problem. Protection 4, Night Vision, Mending, and Unbreaking 3 on our Yeti Hornhound. Beautiful. And then we've got Unbreaking on that as well. Okay, so now that we've got ourselves a nice Unbreaking set, like I said, I did go ahead and enchant this Lurker armor. All of it has Mending and Protection 5, and then the headpiece has Night Vision as well. I think the next thing that I want to do, now that we've got all of that sorted out, and I will figure out what kind of blocks and stuff I want to put in there, But I think our next course of action should be to head to the Guardian Temple. That is the next boss that I want to fight. I am going to need some cactus, though. Let me go grab that. And I've actually beaten the 3 Elder Guardians before, like long ago. But I've never done it actually on camera. Because I was just kind of... It was when I was farming Prismarine pretty heavy, and I just went down there and killed them, you know, with the Swift Pick. We'll just pop over here. Now, this one is the one where I've already cleared it out. This is where our hydromancy, aquamancy area is eventually going to be. We're going to set up a Guardian farm here. But I've already killed the Elder Guardians. Let's go over... Let's go over here. Okay, here's another one that we have not yet explored. So we'll go into this one. We'll build ourselves another little area here to get up out of the water. Just in case. Having a dry spot, nice. I would like to get respiration on our helmet, because even though we've got the drowning charm, you know, that's nice and everything. But actually having, like, good respiration would be good as well. Okay, so we've got the debuff here. Let me switch over armor, let me get our stuff together, and I'll be back here in just a moment. Okay, we should be set. I've got my armor changed over, and all that good stuff. We'll set that. And I've got the conversion wand. I'm probably not going to use it. I'm going to do it kind of legit as we go through here, and then I can just mine the place up with the conversion wand. Because I am going to need a lot of the Prismarine rock blocks. Not so much right now, even though I may use some in the castle. But once we start getting into the aquamancy area. And I'm going to go ahead and turn on the water charm. I want to see. I think the illumination wand, you can actually use it underwater. Yes, so we can make air sources with this as well. So, and technically we may not drown, but just in case we do, I want to go ahead and have that. And I'm going to turn off the climbing claws because it's going to make it a little bit easier to navigate this. Also, the magnet is on. Perfect. And we can gather up some Prismarine with this. And then, of course, we can use this to fill up our air sources. What do we got down here? Okay, just a little thing. What am I taking? Oh, it's piranha. Okay, let's head into this place. And I have a feeling this is going to be fairly easy. Alright. Let's have a look-see. And, of course, this place is like an underwater maze. It's... If you do this like vanilla style, it's fun. Like, because you have to make like water breathing potions, bring sponges and all that stuff. I feel like this sword is not doing full damage. Now inside of these, there tends to be like blocks of emerald and stuff, right? But I don't think it's going to be blocks of, or no, it's blocks of gold. Maybe, I can't remember. I don't do these, I haven't done these places enough, like, since they were added, to really remember everything. I know the basic gist of it. You go around, you kill the Elder Guardians, and you get, like, super mining fatigue, so it's hard to actually mine to the sides of this. Conversion Wand and Swift Pick being the exceptions, they can actually still break stuff just fine. Alright. Okay, this is one of the areas that we're looking for. This is the side... Well, actually, don't we need to go down? No, here we go. That's one of the bosses. We have to kill 3 of these guys to get rid of the mining debuff. You could see, I mean, they just melt with this sword. And, you know, I was doing some testing in the test world with this sword. And you can really, if you want to, you can, like, super buff this thing out, right? Actually, oh, I've got water breathing all the time. Why is that? I don't know. I feel like it's... I'm not for sure. I've just got it. Whatever. Okay, we're going to go with it. But if I do happen to drown, I have that amulet. Which I don't think it takes durability damage unless it's actually used. So, I thought there was another guardian on this side. Maybe he... Oh, he swam up here. Okay. So, there's 2 in the bottom of the tower, and then there's 1 at the very, very top of the tower. So now we need to start making our way upwards. Is what we need to do. And we should be stocking... Oh, yeah. I forgot we have Fortune 4 now on this sword. Right? So, we're getting a ton of Prismarine. Alright. Just cleaning house at the moment. I think so. Okay. Oh, and there we go. Elder Guardian. Didn't even stand a chance. Okay, so now whenever that mining fatigue wears off, it will stay gone. We're no longer going to have mining fatigue in here. And we've killed the boss. Yay. That's really it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Now, if we go down here, I want to see, is there any blocks in here that we can actually use? So we'll go ahead and mine that. Yeah, see, it's 4 blocks of gold right there. So might as well, or 8 blocks of gold, I'm sorry. Not 4 blocks. And I think there's one on the other side, right? I just cleared out part of the temple there. But if we go over to the other side of this, which I've got to find my way around. That's a ton of blocks. I love the conversion wand. It's just so good. I'm smacking him with prismarine at the moment. Come here. Alright. So over to the other side somewhere. Let's just snag that. Yeah, I didn't even like really use the water charm. It's nice, but with the illumination wand as basically creating air sources for us. And the nice thing is, if we set up a guardian farm, it's going to double as a squid farm. And we got 3 wet sponges. So much prismarine. So much prismarine. But yeah, I do want to do the guardian farm before too long, because I know me and probably everybody on the server would love to have like infinite sea lanterns. It is quite useful. Quite useful for decorating and stuff. Look at all these prismarine blocks. Like, we're going to be able to just shred apart these dungeons. Regardless of if the guardians are up or not. Like, hey, sponge room. Okay, you can see that I'm taking drowning damage, and the water charm is not... Huh. Okay. It's not taking effect. That's fine. Okay, so we got 40 sponges. There's another one. Okay. Yeah, maybe it's just one of those rooms. Doesn't really matter. It's not like I'm hurting for gold at the moment, but... I was actually thinking there was more of them. Okay, but I'm going to fill up my inventory with as much prismarine as I can possibly get, which I'm just about filled up. I didn't empty my inventory, I emptied my inventory, but not my gold backpack before I came out here. Which is fine. Okay, yeah, my inventory is pretty much done. So, that's fine. I mean, I've got tons of prismarine at this point. Absolute ton of it. Let's go ahead and throw this back on. I'm going to pop up here. I'm going to throw on my armor, my correct armor, and then I'm going to get back to the base real quick. Okay, I was just doing a bit more enchanting, because I still had some books left over. I am getting low on them. We still have 100 levels in the Tome of Peridia. I just enchanted a ton of books, okay? Like, look at this. So many books. I'm getting low on those, so I am going to have to go stock up. Best thing to do is just go to the Twilight Forest or Abyssal Craft or wherever. But I did get an Unbreaking 3 Fortune 3 book. That was pretty awesome. Unbreaking 3, 2 of those. I'm going to go ahead and grab those. This, I'm going to make another mending plate, like for Astral Sorcery. Put that on the Swift pick, and then put Unbreaking 3 and Fortune 3 on it. I think that would make for a pretty good pick. And then put like Efficiency on it. Like Swift pick with Efficiency would be pretty awesome. Probably for like the castle walls and stuff. Then I also got Efficiency 4, Respiration 3. I've got to figure out exactly how I want to set up the like headpieces and stuff. I did get Iron Wall books, so I am going to grab these. I'd like to put that, or I'm going to grab one of them. I'd like to put that on our chest piece so that we don't get knockback anymore. Because I actually hate knockback. Yeah, reduces the amount of knockback applied when hit by an attack. And it's actually pretty substantial. So I do want to put that on there. I got it a beheading book. Gives a chance for getting a mob head or a player head. Creatures from other mods can be added in the config file and need a player's skin as a head. So I'm thinking about actually putting that onto our sword so that we can just by default get like zombie heads and stuff. Which would be kind of cool. Then we got a Smite 4 book. I might stick that on the sword too. I think that can go on there with sharpness. Yeah, it might not be able to. I'm not 100% sure. And then we got Life Leech. This is pretty cool. Leeches life points from your target on attack and even more on kill. as well as Unbreaking 2. And then we got Depth Strider 3, Protection 4, Respiration 3. I mean, I got all kinds of stuff in here. A bunch of spikes enchants and multi-jumps, and I've actually got a multi-jump 3 book. How about we put that on our chest piece? So that, you know, whenever I'm not flying, I mean, I already jump really high, but what if I jumped, if I had like quadruple jump? Why am I going over here? I've got a handful on me. I do not know. So we're about to really pad out our armor even more than what it is. So this isn't going to be the enchanting room long term. It's just where I've got it right now. Okay, so our Mantle of the Stars. Let's go ahead, and I've got enough Unbreaking books to put Unbreaking on our last pieces. So we should be unbreakable at that point. So we'll grab a few levels here. What will it take to put Unbreaking? 4 levels on that. 6 levels on that. Okay. So Unbreaking 3 on the Fiery Legs. And Unbreaking 3 on the Mantle of Stars. So now all of our armor is unbreakable. Iron Wall cannot go on that. Has to go on your chest piece. That'll be alright. I do want Iron Wall for sure. That's fine. So we'll have Protection 5, Mending, Unbreaking 3, and Iron Wall on our chest piece. And then Multi-Jump. I think we can put this on Boots. Yeah, it has to go on Boots. That'll be fine. It's going to be 6 levels. Be kind of fun to have Multi-Jump in addition to everything else, right? So Multi-Jump 3, Unbreaking 3, Mending, Protection 5 on the Boots. And then we've got, let's see, okay, I cannot put Smite with Sharpness. I couldn't remember. My vanilla skills are awesome. And then we also cannot put Beheading on this. I don't know if we have reached the cap on enchantments. No. Okay, so I'm thinking, oh yeah, that's okay, never mind. It's unenchantable, duh. Alright, well, that's fine because it has innate life leech thanks to the green gem. So I'm not that worried about it. Beheading, whatever, Smite, and whatever. We already, like, rip apart everything. So that'll be okay. I'm not too worried about that. And then there's also, like, Respiration. Extends the amount of time the player can spend underwater. Also improves vision while underwater. I'm probably going to end up putting one of these on my water set as well. But I wouldn't mind having it on, like, our Yeti Horned Helm in addition. So it's 21 levels to stick Respiration 3 on there. Because I do still wear this stuff sometimes when I'm in the water. So Respiration 3, Unbreaking 3, Mending, Night Vision, Protection 4 on this. Pretty powerful. And then there's also like Depth Strider, right? We could stick Depth Strider. Tell you what, let me just make a Depth Strider 3. I don't know, how many levels is it? 6 levels to do that. Because I'd rather make one without the protection. I have the Depth Strider books lying around. And this goes on, is it legs or boots? I can never remember. It is boots. Okay, it's 14 levels to stick Depth Strider 3 on this. Might as well. We're going all out with enchantments. So Protection 5, Mending, Unbreaking 3, Multi-Jump 3, Depth Strider 3 on that. Okay. I don't know what else to put on stuff. I mean, I'm pretty well enchanted out at the moment. I mean, I could put thorns on it. Just because. I don't know, I'm going to hold out on putting, like, thorns and everything on there. But I really don't need, like, feather falling. Like, that just feels pointless. I did get this book. Light Pierce 4, Excavation 3, Luck of the Sea 2. Which is cool. I would like to get an Excavate 5 to put on our pick, maybe. Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll just start sticking thorns on everything. Just because we can. Do we want to start with the boots? Can I put thorns on the boots and just have, like, 23 levels? And I would have Protection 5, Mending, Unbreaking 3, Multi-Jump 3, Depth Strider 3, and Thorns 2. 23 levels. I will take it. And then once I get, like, I might have some Thorns 1. I'll go through that in a minute and see if I have some of those. But if we get Thorns 2, I believe Thorns 2 is the highest, right? There's a Thorns 3? Really? Really? Cool. I swear, whenever I'm not looking for Thorns, it's like every time I enchant, it's there. Not a single one. Not a single Thorns book after all of that. Yeah, not a single one. Oh my gosh. Oh. if I had disenchanting, I could disenchant it because I've got it on armor like crazy. But I mean, there's nothing in this age. There's nothing for disenchanting. So I've still got 74 levels. Not terrible. Gonna try not to use up all of it because I'm really just trying to stick thorns on there just for fun more than anything. So that's fine. We've still got, okay, Protection 4, Night Vision, Mending, Unbreaking 3, Respiration 3 on the helmet. Plus it chills attackers. Mantle of Stars, Protection 5, Mending, Unbreaking 3, and Iron Wall. Fiery Legs, burns attackers, Protection 4, Mending, Unbreaking 3. And then it burns attackers. Then Wild Dog, Pelt Boots, Protection 5, Mending, Unbreaking 3, Multi-Jump 3, Depth Strider 3. And actually all 4 of our pieces do something. Like this one chills attackers, that one burns attackers, this one gives us all that speed stuff. And the Mantle of the Stars gives us Elytra, basically. But yeah, multi-jump, I want to show you that. Like, look at that. And then it comes back, and we could just keep jumping. It's pretty OP, because, I mean, really, our use of the Resonating Wand is going to be a whole lot less now. And then now if we get in the water with this armor... it's not really great. It's still faster than normal swimming, but it's not lurker armor level. But then if we hit the ground, we can run really fast, so there is that. But we do have the Depth Strider stuff, which is nice. I believe, let me double check, I think Depth Strider, because I mean my vanilla knowledge is horrible. But what do we have? Depth Strider 3? Yeah, Depth Strider 3 is the max, so... Alright. But yeah, and our air lasts a lot longer, and we've got night vision, and just all kinds of crazy things. So, we put thorns on this, and I mean, I really don't know what else we're going to stick on these. Like, I really don't, because we're at the point now where they're so, like, crazy OP enchanted. I mean, the Fiery Legs, we can't enchant with Protection 5. The Wild Dog Boots and the Mantle of the Stars have the max level of protection. I mean, I could have done better mending on them or something, but I'm not too worried about that, so... But yeah, we'll try to get some Thorns 3 books over time. Oh yeah, I forget I have this. My Mario jump. That's going to be so good. Because, like, even if, like, I'm down here... Like, let's see how actually high I can jump without using the Elytra Flight at all. So from down here... 2, 3... Above the warehouse building with multi-jump. So that's just kind of nice to have, I guess. So, anyways, I know it's about wrapping up point for this episode. I think we had a lot of fun this episode. Next episode, we've got to get blaze rods before we can get into Beastcraft. So we are going to have to... We're going to have to start that. The RF stuff. I don't know if I want to do the blood magic stuff, start the blood magic stuff, or if I want to do RF and get into Beastcraft first. I'm not 100% sure. I love this. I'm not 100% sure what I want to do, so I'll debate on that, and then we'll tackle one of those next episode. I decided we'd have some fun this episode, make some equipment upgrades, do enchanting, take out 3 new bosses, even though I have done the Elder Guardians before, but not on camera, so... But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, as always, be sure to hit that like button, and go ahead and subscribe if you're not already, to stay updated with when new videos come out. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions, let me know down in the comments, and I'll see you guys next time. So until then, as always, do take care, stay safe, and I'll see you guys then.